What's up, guys? The Bros here from Gold Dang Bros Gaming with another special guest, Kenny Pakalaka, known for his Tankus Khan build that we were talking about a little bit ago. Heard from Tiger that someone else reached out to him about it, and there was one in our tournaments this past week. I'm going to look it up here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and give Tiger the mic so he can introduce our guest.
All right, guys. Yeah, like Sean said, we have the one and only Kenny Pakalaka TCG here, the Booth Master Flex, the Tankus Khan King. Many things that this man has been called.
Laying it on thick.
But yeah, Kenny, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself here. He said, "Yes, call me any of those."
Well, my name is Kenny. 24. I'm from Michigan. I've been playing the game competitively since around 2014, 2015. And apparently people just know me for creating what we call is Genghis Khan and Tanky Kang and whatever.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Yes. All right. Now, where do you the Jang part? Where does that come from? What's made your build a little standoutish?
Like, where did the name come from, or where did the concept?
The concept of it.
So the concept of Genghis Khan kind of came from, I was playing at a League Cup, and the amount of times I got top 8 or top 4 at it, but the amount of times that I got visibly upset at the fact that I was missing Energizes and Crispins, I was just like, dude, I just lose 90% of these games if I don't get this turn 1. So I think I was working on post-rotation because I just got bored one day and I found a Smoochum, which searched your deck for 2 Psychic Energy attached to it. And then my buddy and testing partner, Evan Campbell, was like, why don't you just play Joltik? And I was like, Joltik's bad. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, guys, hear me out. Joltik is broken, and here's why. And he's like, I told you so. So, I ended up sending it, built 60. Evan, after I put 2 hours of testing into it, Evan was like, hey, can I send this to an online event? I was like, sure. And he got top 16 or top 32 or something, and nobody took it seriously. And then back-to-back days, I got 4th and finals at a cup. The 4th place was it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the list. It was more of a cookie cutter build. And then Sunday, I felt like I almost perfected the list, if not 57, 56. Because in my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect list. Everything can always be adapted. There's always the best deck in the room could always have changes to it to make it better. It's shown in history. Look at Guardy.
Truth. The only deck that we can in history say was probably the perfect 60 was the Brixty, the Brent Tonniston 60 for Gardevoir has 150 Limitless pages. So but in general, the statement stands that as we like to do the same 55, because those last 5 cards are always flair of the player.
Yeah, and the meta also drives that too, because depending on what plays and what wins tournaments, other decks, when we were talking about just adding 1 gust to some decks does change its outlook, because if it can find 4 bosses and a prime catcher, 4 bosses and a counter catcher, it doesn't matter what you do because they're getting what they want every turn. So I mean, that's definitely dependent. So no, I hear that. It's definitely hard for it to be the perfect 60 every time.
But so Sean pulled up a list that we had in one of our Lucky Draw events, and it's a little different than your version. They played Frillish, and I'm assuming that the Frillish is probably a Goldango counter. How do you feel about the Frillish in Tankus Khan? Because they do have to burn every freaking energy to take a one-shot on you.
So I don't know if you know this. I actually innovated the Frillish in Tanky Booth. I brought it to full grip the week that Phantasmal came out, and that was in my list. That's what stood out from people, because they were like, why are you playing Frillish? Even Mahone was like, he plays Frillish? There's Frillish in here? After I hit on stream against Mega Lucario, which but
yeah, you're not winning that one.
No, it was pretty bad. But Frillish was something that I was like, Cornerstone doesn't work because everybody's going to play Lopunny. So, if everybody plays Lopunny, what's the next best counter? And I remember sitting there for a good 4 hours, ingesting pizza at the Airbnb the night before, and I was like, what's the best Golden Go out? I get it. Let's build a big Kangaskhan, and the second that they kill it, we throw it Frillish, and then they lose. And I thought it was big brain for that. And I was ready to hit all the Dangos, and then I hit one round one and got double Sorok dogged.
That's kind of fun story.
I mean, the thought process behind the Frillish makes sense. I didn't know if that was inspired by, I think it was Daichi played Frillish in his Absol box to deal with Goldango the same way.
Here's another one that got 7
I saw that
as well. This one did not
really?
play the Frillish.
Yeah, we've had a lot of tanky ones in our online event. This literally looks very cookie cutter to what you play. The 3/3 Kang Booth, 2 monkeys, 2 ogres. This one has a blood moon, a duck in it. Just no Joltik. It's like they replaced the Joltik with a few more Crispins, but it looks identical to what you have. So your core concept that's been floating around has been getting to players, and they're either enjoying the Joltik or they're like, nah, we just want more Crispins.
Which is completely fair too. Like I like to say that Kangaskhan really is a player preference thing. I, in my years of Pokemon, have played 2 different playstyle of decks. It's either aggressive, I go fast, and I'm going to beat you down really quick, or I play control, which I know is like 2 different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, very.
But I enjoy those kinds of decks. And the thing about Joltik, as opposed to like the heavy Crispin and Turbo Energize, is, I think I was explaining this to you a little bit, you can afford to go behind a turn with Joltik, as opposed to like the Turbo Energize, where if you whiff Turbo Energize, it feels horrible. Now you're like 2-3 turns behind. If you whiff Joltik, you're maybe -1 turn behind or going back at turn 0, because you're just essentially whiffing a turn of Turbo Energize, which you normally, if you miss, you just supplement by dumping 5 energy on the board. If you get an attachment the turn of that you miss, it's still really good. But I respect people who play heavier Crispin. I think Azul played a little heavier Crispin in the event that he played at. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's also not a bad idea, because it's just consistency. Like if Monkey Dory exists in the deck, Crispin in some capacity is just naturally really good. But because my list doesn't centralize on Monkey Dory being the primary thing, it's just in there if I need it. That's really where I feel like it kind of differentiates from the 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, does this deck survive the tell of time-old cries? Can I make it through rotation with my favorite deck? If somebody decided Kangaskhan is their guy, so I'm assuming that means that we have builds already working for the rotation. Ideas are cranking in the pack-a-lacka, backpack, whatever we want to call it.
That the Kanga lab is cooking, but yeah.
Yes.
I've got a couple ideas. I will point blank say to anyone that is not buying Team Rocket support right now, I would. It's some of the best draw engine moving forward. And you may or may not see me on stream at the first regionals with Team Rocket's Kangaskhan.
Yes, I watched this man play. He still lost, but he drew.
That was only twice. Give me some credit.
But he did draw cards. I will give him that. That man drew cards. He said, I'm going to find this piece. I'm going to draw 2 with Kangaskhan. I'm going to draw 2 with the stadium. I'm drawing cards.
Draw.
And that's kind of the feel that, like, because I was trying to innovate on the Raging Bolt Rock package. You draw freaking cards. And that was the whole kind of idea there. So, like, I'm here for it. Draw cards and hit hards. It's kind of the Goldang Bros motto.
Let's go. I will make a quick disclaimer, which also does kind of go on the opposite side of the spectrum. I was playing Golden Go before Mega format and had been testing Golden Go for months. So when people go, how do you go from Golden Go to Kangaskhan? How did that even happen? It's like, I don't know, dude. It just appealed to me. Like, I got day 2 at Pittsburgh and got bored of the deck.
I saw it in a vision.
When you get third to last place at regionals in day 2, it does not feel the greatest when you just don't play the deck.
Yeah, no, 100%. But, all right, we're going to move on a little bit from Genghis Khan. Again, guys, if there's anything, questions or whatnot that you have about Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, Booth Masters, whatever you need, you can find old Kenny Pakalaka on Twitter, on Discord, and we will get those links at the end of the video. But what's up next is Stuttgart. How do we feel about the final match? Did you get to watch the finals of Stuttgart?
Was that the Terrazard versus Dragapult, where the Dragapult just kind of got blown out because it just bricked?
Yes. So, do we think that it should not have won? Do we think that sometimes we have to accept luck as a factor in the Pokemon TCG? Or do we think that the deck is actually good enough that it could have won anyway?
So, I think, in my honest opinion, that finals was a fluke. And I say that because he even straight up said Dragapult I'm just accepting it as a bad matchup. So, the fact that he beat 2 bad matchups, might I add, because I think he beat a previous Pult in top 8.
Yeah, he did.
One of two things is saying either he's just that good at piloting a deck through a bad matchup, which can happen. I have seen people be like, "Oh, this is an auto loss." I mean, I played Kangaskhan Buffalo to a cup and ran into a Golurk. Golurk does 480 to it. Like, how do I beat that? And I still managed to beat it. Like, if you're just a good pilot, you can realistically beat anything. So, and that's not to like say that because I don't think it like won and beat Dragapult that discredits him in any capacity. I've never seen this guy play. I've never seen, and like I didn't even know who he was until this placement. And then I saw his Limitless page. I was like, wow, he's been consistently topping. This dude is like the real deal. So I think moving forward, it's still pretty good, but I have just no idea without it playing some like tax, I guess, against Pult. It's just hard because like Europe Pult is so different from US Pult, and it's weird to say that, but like the Pult players are just so different. They're more methodical over there, and it's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. It's the same thing as like in Free U, I mean EU. They never played Drapion during the Mew format. So like we get that they don't always see all the right best techs.
Yeah, I don't know why.
They just don't. They and I can't say one way or another. But I can say that Nikolai is a good player. I actually hit him the final round of Worlds this past year. And I just gave him the game when I sat down and he flipped over his cards. He brought Spidops Control to Worlds, and I played Charizard.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I'm not even going to play this. This is the final round of the day, man. Neither one of us are going much further. You can just have it. And we just sat and talked for a minute. Dude's a chill guy, but I wasn't playing spiders with Charizard.
No, in my opinion, that finals was a fluke. I mean, I agree with Pakalaka on that one because like we watched it because you were watching on your phone. I said, hey, just turn on TV. Since it was early morning for us, I'm like, I'm just waking up anyways. Let's watch some cards. And yeah, that Dragapult did not play one game at all. And there was another game. It was like slightly in the game, but the power of the Terrazard just took over. And I don't know did that one have the Dawn and Friends yet?
That was that version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the other side of it is that side hadn't been seen. Like the power of watching you play Dawn with the Charizard pretty much every day we played a match or two. It's crazy to see the combos because I don't know, when I saw Dawn, you think, oh, okay, cool, this is great for GLC, first off. Yeah. It's awesome for GLC because I can get all my grass guys out and I can get all my stages. But then when you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get Duskull, a Charmeleon, and a Pidgeot, I'm like, huh? And then it's like, stop, all the pieces come together. Oh, I'm in danger. This is bad. That's pretty much what Dawn and Friends, as I'm calling it, can do.
But yeah, Sean's 100% that, like, Dawn on paper doesn't seem like an extremely powerful card, but combined with the right set of pieces, find a Pidgeot, find a Noctowl, find a Terra. Oh no, I just found 4 of anything I wanted off this turn. Which is an explosive into a game a lot of times. Like, we've been testing it. Now, granted, I am playing the Wellspring version over the Terapagos, which does give you a way better Dragapult matchup. As Kenny can attest to, that he's seen me playing the Wellspring. It doesn't make too much of a difference against his big fat kangaroo, but, like, it is in the deck.
It puts in work when it wants to put in work.
Yeah. What is it? Game 1 of us testing, we got a 3-prize turn on turn 2 to just board wipe him because he whiffed Trolley and that was it.
I think that was the list before Joltik, or was it not?
I don't know. We played like 10 or 15 games. And
that might have been.
Being honest, guys, it is a pretty 50-50 matchup. The pilot of each deck will make the difference of who should win the outcome of Tank versus Charizard.
That's probably your hardest matchup. I'm gonna be 100% with you. Charizard is dependent on your attacks and depending on how you play that matchup. Like, do you play Golduck? Cool. Do you not? Okay, how can you play around it? Do they play Klefki? No? Okay, they're getting bodied.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Hope that there's a turn that you can go Wellspring and KO a Monkey and a Psyduck and say you don't have reset up this turn.
It's weird.
But that's about it. Now, other than that, I do think that people are going to adapt the Wellspring a little bit more just because it takes your ultimate hardest matchup of Dragapult and makes it 50-50. Just because, like, they don't play Shaman, so you just have to set up a turn, punch the Badoo, and then the next turn use your Noctowl to chase 2 Dracloaks, and then they just sit and cry.
Yeah, I mean, I've done everything to setting up full boards to using the Area 0 because I have a Ceruledge on the field to stop the Wellspring. If you can get that Wellspring twice in a row and I can't do anything about it, it's pretty much game over. Because, I mean, at that point, it's like you can take out whatever you want to take out. I'm getting 2 more prizes. Mm-hmm. And it's nuts. So Wellspring, I can see it being a good Dragapult counter.
Now, the biggest trade-off is you have to play Sparkling Crystal over Prime Catcher. Now, what do you think of that as a trade-off? The potential of board wipes and aggressive 2 prizes on single prizers or losing an aggressive Gust?
I mean, like I said before, I played it like in a pre-match for a cup, and more times than none, that play, like, it really depends on if it's open deckless and is it a best of 1 or a best of 3. I think playing the Crystal build with Wellspring, phenomenal challenge choice. 90% of players will never see that coming, and they can't do anything about it in a best of 3. You're already going to sauce them. I'd even go as far to say it's really good in a cup or regional environment because you can still get them in Swiss with the 1 game, and if they hit you and cut, it's like, okay, you're aware of it, but what are you going to do differently about it? Even
right,
at a
you
regional
can't just
level,
throw a Shaman in there.
Right, like your Phasandipity still looks extremely tasty through that Shaman. So, like, it's just, what are you going to do about it even then? Like, I think Wellspring is very, very good. And when it came out and everybody's like, oh, this card sucks, like Teal Master is just better, I was like, sniping has always been good in the TCG.
Sniping has always been good. It's not quite what was it, Amazing Raikou, but like it's pretty close to what Amazing Raikou was. For any of the players that didn't play during that time, Amazing Rare Raikou was basically the equivalent of of a what are they called? Stellar
Terra.
A Stellar Terra. It had 3 different color energies, but it did 120 to an active and 120 to a bench.
It was a Prism Star.
As a one prizer.
No.
Was it not Prism Star?
Amazing Rares were just really goofy.
That's right.
Because people were playing a double Amazing Rare Yveltal and Broken Lugia sometimes.
Yes.
Because it was just that good.
Here, kill you. Or my fault. We don't kill in Pokemon. KO you.
We knock them out. We're too exquisite for that. We can't do that.
Yes. Oh, Pinky's out. We KO'd the Pokemon.
We KO.
But yeah, so that's effectively the same thing, but you didn't have to shuffle the energies back in like Wellspring does. So that is a downfall, but they did learn from their mistakes. So good on Pokemon for understanding that cards are too broken sometimes. Now we do have the ability to use what's called the Terra Crystal, and for those that haven't seen the crystal get used or whatnot, Terra Crystal effectively is an energy of any color on a Terra Pokemon as a tool card. So Wellspring's attack is water double colorless. You can use the Terra Crystal and then Charizard's Infernal Rain to power up to cover the other 2, and it will work for the attack. But Tiger, there's 3 energy attack costs there and only 2 energies on there. How do you do the second effect? Well, Sean, why does Terra Crystal let us do the second effect?
Yeah, I mean, because Tiger's right. It does require 3 energies for that attack. I believe it's one water, 2 colorless, to be exact. But because the crystal is a tool attached to it, it's reducing the cost of the effect. You still can do the second effect. You don't have to shuffle 3 in. You cover as many as you can. Since the crystal is a tool covering the energy cost, it doesn't get shuffled back in, because honestly, that'd be way too broken anyways. But it just covers the attack cost. And like I was getting to about the Wellspring being done twice, aside from a Crispin being drawn, if he had a Charmander on board or a Charmeleon, he can evolve, put 2 fire energies onto the Wellspring, and then cry some tears of lava, as I've been calling them.
Tears.
But yes, it doesn't need 3 energies, even though that's what it says, shuffle the 3 energies in. Since the crystal is covering the 1 energy cost, it only has to shuffle 2.
And that, Kenny, is part of one of our biggest segments that people enjoy is the, hey, Sean, how does this interaction work? Well, we've done a lot of, I think one of the biggest ones, what was one that, we had somebody ask for it.
No, that was a while ago.
But one of the bigger segments that we do on the episode is, hey, Sean, how does that work? It was Meganium, Teal Mask, and on the other side, how does that work? That it was Mew copied Teal Mask's attack, and the Teal Mask had a Brave Charm on it. Do the energies on the Teal Mask double for my attack with Meganium? And it does.
Does it say that the energies are doubled on their turn, or is it they're doubled?
It just says they're doubled, so it's a static doubling.
Yeah. Always double.
And that was the question that they had. It's like, these are little things that like just nuancely get through the TCG. Just kind of like how if Dipplin takes a KO and then you push up Fluttermane. Fluttermane shuts it off and Dipplin can't do a second attack. Mm-hmm. Little things like that.
I had a similar thing happen to my day 2 at Milwaukee. Not this past one, but the one before. I got day 2 with Frostlass, Monkey Dory, Badoo, and I ran into Josh Frank and Alex Szymanski, both of them, and they were both on Terra Box. That match was awful. Yeah. And I remember there was a point where I promoted Ting Lu against a bunch of his owls because I didn't want them to evolve and do things. Yeah. And I remember I go pass and he goes, okay, and he draws his card. I was like, whoa, you need to put damage. And then he pointed at the Hoot Hoot and he goes, because you have Ting Lu in the active, I don't take damage from your Frostlass because I no longer have an ability. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's essentially
so hard because of that.
It strips the ability away. Another cool one that we found out that I had to look up because I was playing it was the Mega Lucario and the Goldango. if you use the aura jab attack, you have to attach at least one fighting energy to something on your bench. The only reason
not a you may?
No.
You know,
it is a requirement. This is one of the few times that the wording says that if it's in the discard, you have to do it.
and actually looked it up on the compendium. Pokepop himself had commented on it because he's the one who writes it, and that is exactly. And it's kind of weird because then there's like games where you have a fighting energy attached to a Goldango and you really don't want it there. I mean, the only exception is you don't have a bench Pokemon. But I mean, in most cases, in a good game plan, you're gonna have a rock or something that you can just throw it on, and it's actually gonna help you. But it just so happened in this game, all I had was Mega Lucario and a Goldango. And it was like, crap. I don't want to do Mega Brave. I want to Aura Jab because I'm going to get the KO, but I don't want to attach it. Ended up just using that as a way to retreat it later. So instead of Air Balloon, it just manually retreated and got the energy out of discard, but more steps.
I remember this wasn't one that we've done yet, but this will be a good one because Kenny, I want to see if your knowledge can get this one because I failed this one. Yeah, if you retreat Palafin to the bench while Fluttermane is in the active, can you still trigger the effect to switch into Palafin EX?
He needs more information.
Okay, so it's the baby Palafin that 0 to hero.
Yes.
Yeah, the 0 to hero ability. Does it trigger going to the bench when Fluttermane is in the active?
That
It should because it's on the bench, but a part of me says it shouldn't because the effect was when it left the active spot, so it doesn't technically trigger. But that's what I'm gonna close that it doesn't because it was technically in the active spot as the requirement for the ability to trigger.
So you say it does or it doesn't work? I didn't catch that.
It does not.
And that would be the thought that I had too, and we were both wrong. Technically, the moment it leaves the switch, the process of switching to the bench, it is no longer in the active, the requirement triggered that it did move from one slot to the next and will activate even though Fluttermane was in the active.
Yeah.
What is like Palafin of Alzheimer's or something and just forget that Fluttermane is there?
It forgets that it had an ability, that the ability was gone. No, Sean had to check with it, and Pokepops doubled it and says that yes, once it leaves the active, it no longer has to deal with the Fluttermane, basically. So it's going from 2 inches back, gets its ability back, and can flip into Palafin EX.
Yeah.
I can't wait. There's a Palafin main in my locals, and I can't wait to just drop a Fluttermane against him and do that.
And see what he does, see if he triggers it or not.
See if he watches this.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some weird stuff out there. I mean, it's things that aren't necessarily, and that's the hard part, is things that don't happen. And then you ask yourself, like, wait, what? This doesn't make sense. But I can't think of one time at a tournament that's ever came up.
Yeah. My favorite one that we've had to
Jake
talk
Gearhart's notorious for that.
My favorite one that we've talked about is the Flygon into Iron Thorns.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I remember that one.
Okay, so Flygon it hits a Pikachu EX. It hits for 170, or 130 or whatever, doubled because of weakness, and then it runs away to the Iron Thorns. Does Pikachu trigger or not?
No, because it should trigger by the end of the damage step.
Correct. That the Iron Thorns will shut off the Pikachu's ability to Excited Heart because the switching from Flygon into the Iron Thorns is part of the effect of the attack, and then damage step is finished.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always weird, funny little interactions that like we just don't think about it until somebody says, "Hey, we did this at a locals. How does this work?"
Yeah, because little Timmy's bringing Flygon to beat all the Kangaskhan players next week.
Yes, yes. Poison Flygon or Flygon Control. That's what we're here for.
Whoa! Don't give him ideas. I don't need that. No.
All right. So next topic, since we went into the Sean, how do you do that for a little while there? Ascended Heroes. What cards are you excited to come out of Ascended Heroes?
I actually had this pulled up on Limitless a minute ago. So, what cards do I think is the best one, or which one am I personally excited for?
Personally excited.
Yes.
He said
okay,
yes.
Snorunt,
With which one you're personally excited for first, then we'll talk about impactful cards.
So, both Stunfisk and Snorunt, because Snorunt, that 70 HP matters as like a Bidoof last Monkey Door. Even though I don't think the deck is very well positioned right now, the 10 HP still is extremely relevant.
It is.
They can't just go on Lucha Clops. Like, it's so important. But the other one is a Stunfisk, where it's extremely similar to Tempting Trap Mawile for a lightning energy. And I love that effect. I actually, for Orlando Regionals, with Evan Campbell and a couple other people, which you'll hear Evan come up a couple times. Him and I have been friends for a long time. And even though I'm not from his area, we've been longtime players of the game in the community. But I was testing a Mawile Zubat Poison Trap deck it was essentially, it wasn't a mill deck, but it was a poison take prizes control deck.
Yeah.
And you essentially trap something in the active with Mawile against Lugia. I played a 101 shift tree to shift to do their board only to Archeops. It was terrible, don't get me wrong. But I won, I think, a league challenge with it before. And I was like, dude, all I got to do is win one game and run out the clock. And then, because the game takes like 35, 40 minutes. It's like, unless you're getting docked, it's not ending. So I was like, yeah, it's just got to go by 10 minutes. And then, like, if you get docked, the deck was inconsistent. So it's like, I guess I just lose.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, how do you feel about the Stunfisk having damage on it? So it is like the Mawile, but it will trigger the damage.
What do you mean?
Mawile was during the next attack, that Pokemon took 90 more damage, but it didn't have a base damage, so it couldn't trigger it itself. It would just leave the retreat up there.
Oh yeah.
The Stunfisk does 30 damage, so it will automatically trigger its own increased damage on the next turn.
I didn't even think about that. That's that's pretty cool. I mean, look, if a Wellspring sobs you, you clap them right back.
Right, so you punch it for 60 because it's weak to lightning, and then the next turn you Oko them. It's like, sob me. Do it again. I dare you.
You will. Somebody in my Discord server, I think, was testing a Bouffalon from God knows what set, but it was like ram, like ready to ram, I think, for 2 colorless energy. It does 40 damage. And if they hit into you next turn, you deal 6 damage counters right back at them. They're like, guys, this is the Badoo counter. I said, you're worrying about the wrong thing. Do not play that card in this deck.
Yes. You're really not worried about it. If they're going to item lock you and poke you with Badoo, you got plenty of time because you're not doing anything.
They're doing 0 damage to 90% of your deck.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time to manually attach per turn.
Yeah.
So, what cards are you think are meta relevant that are coming out of this deck set?
I mean, this is just kind of a rough estimate, but I've started seeing it pop up more recently. Spectrier, where I think it discards all energy attached to it for 2 psychic and a colorless, and it does 120 damage 12 damage counters to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's imperative because now Guardy has a Shaman out.
Yes.
And 120 is really good still. Like, just because, like, it's 120 damage, who cares? Well, that 120 snipes monkeys. It snipes Curlias. It snipes stuff that you don't need to dump a bunch of energy on Screamtail for. And the thing's got a lot of HP and is artisan searchable. So I think it's going to be very good in Gardevoir, personally.
Yes, it is.
And that's really it.
It is the scary thing because it naturally gets rid of the own energies on there. After the attack, you discard the energies. It takes 3 energies, What does 3 energies get you? 60 damage. 60 damage is 2 monkeys. So effectively, you have 180 damage to play with for each one of those.
It's crazy.
And how many support mons do we have right now that 180 is? Not a whole lot. We do have Squawk, but at 210, which is a 3rd monkey that we'll deal with the next turn, is every other freaking support Pokemon in the game. And that's we just have to make Guardy broken before she leaves. The queen has to be the number 1 before she rotates.
Is Toronto the last tournament it's legal at? Or Seattle?
Seattle.
I think it'll be Seattle because
March,
rotation.
Maybe there's. I just looked it up.
It's like late March.
No, Houston or Seattle's late March. I know that because I just did all the stuff for it. But I literally just looked up the regionals. It's Houston, then Orlando. Houston is April 3rd through the 4th. No, Houston is end of March. And then April is 3rd through 5th. So, yes.
Dang it!
It depends.
We have literally until the second to last regional of the year, Guardy's going to be here.
Yeah, so definitely in for...
I wanted to enjoy my in and out instead of worrying about Gardevoir.
But I guess we were talking about this at League yesterday at Worldfire. Like, they haven't determined when rotation is exactly, but April, May is when they said, so it depends on when they actually do it.
I highly doubt that they'll do it in May.
I do too.
Just because we don't have anything ever happen in May. So for them to just drop rotation and then give us a month or so until NAIC just seems really weird.
Well, a lot of people...
It seems like...
It's been EUIC, right?
Yes.
But it can't be because EUIC is in February.
Right.
So it means we're going to have the same format
Atlanta.
everything throughout the next couple regionals. And I guess if it's April 1st, then Orlando will be the new rotation. If it's not April 1st, if it's after April 5th, then anything in April will probably be new rotation is the best way to think about it. But Orlando is the one where it's
going to be iffy.
Until we get a date.
Which would you prefer, sir?
Honestly, I mean, I just looked at it. Because I think Atlanta was when rotation hit. It wasn't EUIC, right? Last year.
It was the weekend right after EUIC.
Yeah, that was April 11th to the 13th, and I think Orlando was like the week before or that weekend. So I would honestly prefer Orlando being rotation because I want to go to Universal because I haven't been there yet in my 24 years of being alive. And I want to have a good weekend and not worry about a bond just destroying me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, an April 1st date wouldn't be bad, or whatever that Friday before, whatever they want to do for it. But I think it'd be cool if it was Orlando was a new format.
I agree.
I'm here for it. I always like Wild Wild West formats where everybody's scrambling because, that's the formats that I strive the best in because there's going to be 3 choices you see. And can my deck beat those 3 choices?
Mm-hmm.
Team Rockets get Genghis Khan, baby.
I swear, if you top with Team Rockets Genghis Khan, you can take over the Goldang Bros.
Somebody clip that right now and then put it in the description. And 3 years from now, that's what's going to happen.
All right, guys, you heard it from me and Mr. Pakalaka. If Kenny takes Team Rockets Genghis Khan, Team Rockets Jenk, I should say, and top 8s with it at Orlando, he can be the new leader of the Goldang Bros.
Yes. And if I lose, I gain nothing.
This is a win-win for you because losing doesn't matter. He said, "That's the type of bets I'm here for." Oh, man. No, I will miss Charizard when it rotates. All my Zard bots out there, you know the feeling. When you lose the big lizard, it's gonna be It's one of the reasons why I played it to Worlds. Is like this is the to think about it. That is the last World Championship that the Obsidian Flames Charizard will ever be part of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he rotates, he can't go to the next one. And I was like, that's a sad day.
Look, man, I have a vendetta against Zard. That deck has destroyed me locally for like the last year, 2 years that it's been illegal. So I've just been like, because everybody in Michigan just plays Holt, Zoroark, or Zard. There's no in between unless you're me. And then you've got like Carter Malniak and then Solomon Shurd, Szymanski, Frink all coming in here with Terrabox. All of which are local to me.
Yeah, my locals are not as high level. Both places I've been to, there's a few people here. Like we've got Adam Reinhardt, we've got Michael Bio, I don't even know how to actually say his last name. There's me, and then if you go like an hour and a half north, you have Caleb Rogerson and that group of players are up there. In the
Evan
border.
Campbell and Anthony.
What is it?
Evan Campbell and Anthony and Emmons are also locals with Adam Reinhardt.
Oh, so they're in South Carolina?
Yep.
Oh. Well, then, yes, those players are here, too. I did not know. I've not run into Evan Campbell and them. I just know Adam's here and Michael's here. But it's funny that,
my condolences to Adam, who got bodied by a Crustle a couple weeks ago. Sorry, that was my doing. Evan won a cup undefeated. Played him and his brother.
Oof. It is very weird when you show up to a cup and you have no idea who anybody is. You see a name, they see your name, and you're like, I know who this guy is, but I don't know who this guy is. Mm-hmm. And then you hit each other and you're just like, nothing's ever changed. You've known this person forever just because you know this person topped XYZ event. This person played this at whatever place because they're high enough level. And then it's just, you talk to those people or digital content creators. You know them. Like, if somebody saw your Pack-a-Lack stuff and you know a competitive player, it's the same thing. They're like, oh, that's Kenny. And that's Tiger. I know that guy. Even if we never met each other, like, we saw the names, we know who each other were.
Wait, who's Kenny?
Who killed Kenny?
Whoa. We ain't making South Park jokes here. Ain't no way. Too early for that.
Well, back to the Ascended Hero cards, though. How about the Beautiful Joe cards, as I'm calling them? Do you remember that game?
Yes, I know Beautiful Joe, the side-scroller superhero game.
But don't those cards look like from that game? Like, think about when he did his attacks, big old bold letters came through. The same deal.
You trying to send me up for a Joe Mama joke, or is there like...
No, Beautiful Joe was a video game in like the PS2 GameCube era. Mm-hmm. It was a side scroller that you played as a character that was playing a superhero in a movie.
Yeah.
And so like every super hit that you did had very like generic wham pow bam attacks that would line up on it.
It'd show up on the screen. It'd say it in big type. And that's kind of what these cards remind me of. But I think, yeah.
Have you seen the secret rares or alt rares or whatever these are of the Ascended Heroes, where they have just the Japanese words across them and whatnot? That's effectively what he's talking about.
That's what they used to be back then, but it just wasn't as cartoony.
Yes, yeah, the original megas, and that's why I showed earlier to Mr. Kenny Pack-a-Lack, and I'll show it off again.
Yeah,
yes, these aren't in sleeves right now, but this style of art will be a lot more of them in Ascended Heroes.
I'm down for it.
I like it. I think that they're cool. I like that it gives homage to the original megas that came out, like you were saying. Those sets were actually the first what got me back into Pokemon when they created the evolution set. I was like, oh man, these are super cool. I'm gonna go back and play because they were like reprints of the originals.
That's the set that got you back in. Boo! That set was so cheeks. You know what that set did for me? It gave me Dragonite EX for my Mega Ray deck, and then toilet paper the rest.
I mean, I liked it, man. Like, I got to see my original the Charizards upgraded, Arcanine, the big Blastoise, the Venusaur. Cool. Like, it was a nostalgia thing that brought me back. And then I was like, I'm happy now. I want to play these cards. And that's where we went from.
What's kind of crazy is just like, for those who weren't around during that era, Evolutions was so hard to get rid of, and they mass produced it so much. They were throwing it in random product that just didn't even make any sense. So products that were like 3-4 years old, they were throwing like 1 or 2 packs of either Steam Siege or Evolutions because it was a set nobody wanted. And then all of a sudden, the big 2020 happened. Everybody and their mother lost it, wanted Evolutions, and now it's one of those sought-after sets in the modern era. But us players who played during that time are like, that set sucked. That set had little to no value, and we found it in every single product. It was like you could not give it out for free. That's how like bad it was.
Yeah, for competitive players, Evolutions gave nothing. It was really a set that was meant to bring nostalgia back for a lot of players, like it did for me. That for people that weren't there for that time or don't know what the Evolution set was, it was literally just a base set reprint with like updated stats and a few new cards like the Mega Charizards and the Blastoise. And I think it had Mega Venusaur in it. I'm not 100%, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. It had all 3.
Yeah. It had the Dragonite EX like he was saying. It had like a Mega Pidgeot in it, I think.
Dude, yeah, Mirror Move Pidgeot. I remember that, dude.
So yeah, competitively, not a very, very high level set. For collector value and nostalgia purposes, it was pretty nice. But other than that, for Evolutions, it was pretty garbage, like Kenny was saying.
There was 5 notable cards, and that was all meta dependent.
Yes. All right, Kenny. So the question that everybody's been waiting for: what events are you going to this year?
Every single North American regionals, including Canada. I live in Michigan, so like Canada's like a 3-4 hour drive for me. It's like 20 minutes for me to get across the border right now. The only reason I skipped Vegas this season was because my daughter was having a surgery, and I had a bunch of people message me. They're like, "Hey, why didn't you go to Vegas? I didn't see you like place at Vegas or anything." I'm like, life obviously takes obligation. I'm a new father at 24 years old. I became one at 22, 23. So Pokemon hasn't been my priority since like pre-COVID, essentially.
Yeah.
So you could catch me at pretty much the rest of the North American regionals. I won't be at free UIC this year. Next year, though. And NAIC, if I can get in.
Yeah, if we can get in.
I'm already in the chase for my invite. I'm like 338 right now, but that's with like 0 cup wins and 0 challenge, like playing 0 challenges at all.
I feel that. Like I'm barely hanging on by a thread, but I'm not like super pushing it this year. I'm like 135, 136. I've got all my challenge wins. I've got 2 seconds and 2 fourths in cups. I day two'd Monterey and like just kind of like shit the bed the rest of the events.
God. Yeah, I day two'd both the regionals I attended, but I didn't go to Monterey.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go to Free U, and hope that that's gonna give me a big buff in points. 80% because of the Mega Charizard mat, 20% because it's an IC.
Let's go. Yeah, that Megazord mat is so sick. I'm so disappointed we're getting Blastoise at NAIC.
I mean,
could have been Venusaur though.
Could have been
Venusaur. I'm just
at
saying,
least
hot take.
if we don't get a big man Blastoise like group shot, just everybody holding their mat going big man Blastoise, I'ma be mad.
Tiger's just gonna walk out, not even play round 1.
Yes, I'm just gonna walk around with my mat yelling big man Blastoise
during the opening ceremony.
That is the
It's
opening
gonna be
ceremony.
New Orleans news. A guy from out of town comes to a Pokemon tournament and gets kicked out for chanting "Big Boy Blastoise."
Freedom for my guy. Nope, this is... We have got to get Pokemon on this. We need the saxophone Squirtle. And Big Man Blastoise. Those are the two songs that have to play in this opening ceremony.
Like talk about interruption.
Yes, in the middle of them just talking, you just hear the brought to you by the Squirtle Squad.
They're just looking at it like, what the hell?
Yes, there's only a select group of people that'll even get the reference. Man, oh. Okay, and then now we're gonna talk about the cards that we think are gonna be good out of Ascended Heroes. Yeah. Now that we went way over into left field on this one. Oh man, I'm always excited when we have good conversations, good content, because like that's the thing. Sometimes we have very scripted, like nonchalant episodes with people. Like some of you have seen the episode with Nick Robinson and Hunter Butler. You've seen the episode with Cal Connor. You've seen who else was a big guest that we had on? Pramawat. You've seen those episodes. And we're very strict, very scripted. But we figured Kenny's a cool dude. He's very chill. We've laughed and hung out with him after events, at events. That, like, this is just going to be a raw episode. You guys can take it or leave it. Some of you guys like these ones better. Some of them think that this one's a little less informative. So we do apologize, but we got to take care of everybody here. But like I was saying,
I mean, if you look at my content, it's just like laid back. Like I just have high energy in a lot of my stuff, so it's like I get along with everybody. And the people that like don't like me is just like, oh, he's too hyper. He's like too loud. It's cool. Like I'm not everybody's cup of tea, obviously. Like people call me like the 3'9" purple cliff of the community, and I think it's hilarious.
Okay. I have not heard that one yet, but I'm definitely going to like randomly just jump onto one of your posts and be like 3'9" purple cliff.
Dude, I swear, man. I've talked to him a couple times. He's really dope, and he remembers my nephew every time. Just sweet. Shout out to Jack.
All right, Sean. What is there any cards that you know of that you're excited for coming out of Ascended Heroes?
I have not looked too much into the set. The only one that I knew that was coming out soon was the Pokepad. I don't know if that's Ascended Heroes or set after.
The Pokepad, that's not in Ascended Heroes, right?
No, I think it's in the next set.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I really haven't looked, like I said, other than the
you saw some of the pretty cards.
Yeah, the pretty cards I'm excited for. I think the market's going to go nuts with those.
Any of those cards you explicitly excited to see or want to get? The fan rotom, any of the megas, any of those cards?
Nah, I mean, you know me, like it's gonna depend on what I'm playing at the time. I want to make that look really good. So if there's one that looks really good from there, like for a deck that I'm playing then yeah. But
maybe we'll get some art rare Soul Rock and Lunatones because every set those cards get art rare cards. Personally, I'm excited for Dragonite. I'm not a fan of what they did to my boy, but I do like the whole synergy of the card. It's unretreat lockable. It hits good damage. You pair it with the Dynamotor, and you have consistent attacks and damage flow. Yes, Clefairy's a little scary, but we can wait till rotation to play this guy. Did we lose Kenny? Did he fall asleep?
No. I think he's looking at something.
No, I'm here. Somebody texted me a photo of Team Rocket slacking, and I couldn't understand anything in that photo. I was like, what? And they're like, it won a cup. And I'm like, on a Thursday? Somebody's
3.5 people showed up, and the half was the baby that was sitting on somebody's hip.
How I got a player ID? We don't know. That's fun.
But yeah, no. Kenny, what do you think of Dragonite?
Oh boy. People are gonna hate me for this one. I think it's very similar to Rayquaza VMAX all over again.
You think it's gonna be too hype?
All over again. I think it's gonna be too hype. I mean, in Japan, what happened to the Champions League? Where were the Dragonites? I'm just saying.
Oh,
like, where are they?
I agree with the statement that I don't think it's going to be good yet. I do think that it will be way better after rotation when we have good because it's going to be one of the few decks that can still run off of the Buddy Buddy engine because Dratini's and
no, the 70 HP Dratini rotates. The 80 HP stays.
The creep gets them all.
The 70 HP is from 151.
Dragonite, you're killing me.
Yeah, you have to trolley it. It's kind of the problem.
I mean, it does have self-sufficient search because the Dragonair does find a Pokemon as long as it has an energy attached to it. So that's like cool. But that just ruined my whole day, man.
Yeah.
Finding out that
I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm glad to find out now than to go be like, I'm about to cook me some Dragonite, doo-da.
So my argument to that is, unfortunately, is Terrabox is still going to be good, and they're still going to be playing Clefairy because Holt literally loses nothing. It loses Hawlucha.
Right. Oh no.
So yeah,
we will be seeing.
I don't know. It could be good, but right now, just from face value, it's bad right now. God knows if it's good next set. All I know is it can't one-shot Kangaskhan, so you got to go by that logic, obviously, right? If you can't one-shot a Kangaskhan, then who can tell if it can dodge a punch?
330 with a max belt. That's 380. That does one-shot Kangaskhan's.
But you have to play Charlie. Just sit down.
I got Sacred Charm and I got Double Boot. That ain't happening.
Well, I mean, I guess
you're 10 short, buddy.
Sacred Charm and I guess that's true. We cannot do it with Sacred Charm and it. I'm gonna eel it. I'm gonna just paralyze it for I guess what 130 because it's gonna reduce the damage by 60. And then I'm gonna punch it for 330.
I'm gonna ice cream and super potion and illegally play Penny at festival grounds.
Oh yes, the festival grounds keeps it from getting paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about my own card.
I saw the first time I saw you post the picture with the festival grounds. I was like, "What crack has Kenny been smoking?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just a better mist energy."
You just stop monkey because the decks where mist is bad is good in is Alakazam, and you know what Alakazam is playing as a 2 of right now?
Hammer. Festival Grounds doesn't stop damage counters though, and it doesn't stop.
No.
It doesn't stop terminal period either, does it?
No, but that's why we have leaves technology.
Yes, the leaves technology. We're just gonna do it twice and win.
I did do that against a Mega Sharpedo at the Cup in top 8. I literally looped Iron Leaves both games back to back. He was so ticked.
Oh, 100%. I believe that's literally your line. Like, if I prize
turn 1
Iron
Jolting
Leaves,
Charge, turn 2 Leaves, turn 3 Leaves.
Yeah. If I prize Iron Leaves, game's over.
It was so bad. Sorry, Christian.
But no. Now my Dragonite hopes are dead and gone. Shot in the wind. I am excited about the Fan Rotom art rare. I'm not going to go out of my way to go get it, but if I pull one, it's replacing my my Pokeball Fan Rotoms. What about the Badoo art rare? Are you excited or sad that it got an art rare?
So I'm excited because I think it looks really cool, but it's not relevant towards me. So I just think it looks cool, and it's going right in my... So for those who don't know, I actually built a memorabilia binder full of decks that I have played and some of my favorite cards. on the front page, it's all the decks I day two'd with. So this is getting replaced by that full art one.
That's what's up. Yeah, I don't have a memorabilia binder. Sean, do you have one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I forget about everything I've done. I have to go back and look at my own Limitless page to remember the decks I played.
Man, that's no fun. My favorite deck's Excelgor, man. Deck and cover for life.
I mean, my wife has a Celebi collection for me. Because, little known fact, I might have Gengar as my tattoo, but Celebi is my favorite Pokemon, specifically Shiny Celebi. Because
it's a hidden tattoo, guys. That's what he's saying. It's hidden.
Yes. There's a hidden tattoo somewhere on my body of a pink Celebi.
Spoiler alert: the results may shock you.
Oh man. Okay, so do you have any hidden gems that you're going to play to Toronto? Because that's going to be the next big event you go to, correct? Is the world allowed to know what Kenny Pakalaka is Pakalackin to Toronto?
He said the thing. Roll the credits. I mean, nobody's going to take my advice seriously anyways, because yes, I'm not up here, but I'm like, so people will come to me about this, and everyone that does know what I am currently testing for Toronto and knows my 60 is all 300 people in my Discord server currently. So all those 300 people will leak that at some point. I know. So it's really just the coming down to what I'm seeing change in the meta and the what's the regional Stockholm that's coming up, or
I don't know if I've got Stockholm syndrome on that list or not. But
what regionals in EU is coming up?
I think that we're generally we're pretty clean for all of December.
Was there nothing?
I don't think we have anything in December. I'm pretty sure it both the European event and Toronto go on like either the same weekend or the weekend back to back.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm just gonna play Genghis Khan with Crustle. Like, Crustle is just really good. Everybody's taking out Megalopunny, and if you put back in Megalopunny, you're getting baited. Because then I'm gonna bait you. I'm gonna play Sandy Shocks. I did that for a cup, and somebody actually won a cup with my Sandy Shocks build because they beat 2 Bunny Bombs going into the finals.
That's hilarious.
Like, yes.
Sandy Shocks is such an underrated card. Like I think people are missing the point of it, because even if you don't put it into an ancient deck, like if you just have it in a deck that plays Crispin, it's self-powering itself up after you've taken a KO.
No, and that's what's funny about that build, because a lot of people are like, why don't I just play Baby Okidogi? It's better. And I'm like, well, if you think about it for 2 seconds, if they take 1 knockout as Megalopunny, then you just self-accelerate and you attach, and then their bunny's dead. Then they're going to have to go down to 1 prize, and you just immediately reset it, and then it's good. And the Boof Kanga Mirror, it's really good, and Mega Absol.
Yeah.
Like, it is a very good tech, but the problem is you sacrifice other good matchups, which is not something I really want to do moving into Toronto. So for those who are wondering, I am playing the Crustle build because y'all keep disrespecting my boy, Genghis Khan Buffalon. I know you're going to cook something. I cooked higher.
He said, y'all are drinking blue crystals. Mine's clear. We in the meth lab cooking.
We drinking the Pepsi, Crystal Pepsis right now.
Yes, the Crystal Pepsi. I remember those.
Yeah, they were good.
They were okay. They freaked me out a little bit.
Sean. It was like drinking a bottle of citric, not citrate or
yeah,
whatever it is.
Nitric citrate. Yes.
Yeah, nitric citrate.
The best. You know, I'm gonna say it. I miss Pepsi's Black Cherry Pepsi. That was the only Pepsi.
It was nice talking to you guys. It's been a great call, but after that comment,
It was only there for like a year. Black cherry Pepsi. It had like a panther on it, and it was like swinging out a cherry. It was the coolest little design. I was here for it. But that's the side note of the episode, guys. Tiger likes weird Pepsis. Don't drink the Pepsi Nitro is trash. Don't drink it.
Mr. Pibb.
I mean,
I love Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper. I mean, they're two fine gentlemen. Depending on your taste buds. Mr. Pibb owns the hospital that Dr. Pepper works at. No, I saw a meme one time, and it had Dr. Pepper, Dr. Thunder, Dr. Lightning, Diet Dr. Pepper, and then it was just Mr. Pibb, and it said, "We've gathered here all of the doctors and the man that owns the building that they work in."
Oh my god, that's so good.
All right, man. That's all we've got. This was just a super fun, casual one. We're gonna have to get some testing in. Maybe do a double live video. Get some people watching it. Sean, you got anything else for this episode?
No. I'll be missing out of Toronto this year, which is cool. But getting reared up and ready for Seattle. Yeah, no, I'm good. Like I said, I've just been focused on working and testing and playing and getting leagues in when I can.
Kenny, you got any shout outs? And we'll need to get your socials so we can get that attached to the episode.
Shout out to everyone in the Pack-a-Like TCG server. All of your homies, especially Ryan, Evan Campbell, Anthony Nimmons, my main testing group there. Shout out to my nephew for beating a 2-year discrepancy and not winning a cup, and my stepbrother for same 58ing and topping a cup. And my final shout out to original Linkin Park, because you have kept me through all these bad times and kept me playing Pokemon for so long. Thank you, Meteora and Hybrid Theory.
Original Linkin Park is peak.
Yes.
To go on with that one right before we leave, go check out the Linkin Park tribute band. They sound more like Linkin Park than Linkin Park does
so
now.
Good. The Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they sound closer to Linkin Park than what Linkin Park does. All right, guys, that's it for us. We'd like to thank Kenny for coming out. Stay lucky.